Hi everyone, and welcome to day 15 in our Advance of Rust adventure. We're still building a web API, and after talking about authentication and authorization, today's topic is about how to handle state in your application. So we are not going to cover the DB connection for now, but we are going to use like an in-memory database, which will be like a vector of a pizza. So let's dive into the code. So we are going to store our pizza into in-memory DB, which will be represented by a vector of pizza. So first, what we need to do is to create a new data structure, which will be the state of our application. So let's go ahead and create a new file. And it's going to be, let's say, AppState. We're going to create a new struct. It will be called AppState. And inside there will be only one field for now, and it's going to be a vector of pizza. Great. What we can do is we can import this new module. So AppState. And in our application state, make sure that first that we spell pizza correctly, and then that we import the crate. So of course, struct is not defined yet. The implementation is not defined, so let's create maybe a constructor for that. We already saw how to do that, but if you don't remember, feel free to have a look at previous days. So let's go ahead and create a constructor. This is going to be returning self. It's going to be an AppState, which will return the pizza, and pizza will be a vector of pizza. So great. This needs to be public, and this is public as well. So now we can create a new AppState by calling the new function, which will be creating an AppState. So let's go back to main. And what we can do is we can define here a state, AppState, and we are going to use the ActixWeb crate once again with the data implementation. So we can do web data, and we can create a new with AppState new, and we need to pass a vector. So let's define this pizza DB. It's going to be a vector of pizza. And for now, it's going to be empty. And we need to pass the pizza DB here. Great. Now we can use our AppState variable. And remember that in ActixWeb, every single request could spawn a different thread. So we need to have a secure way to share the state between different threads, between different requests. ActixWeb is providing a nice way to do that. It's going to be using app data. And this is the function that you are going to use to, let's say, app.state. And we need to clone it, because every time a new thread will be spawned, we need to actually reference to this variable, which will be shared. And finally, what we need to do is to move this variable into the closure. So make sure you add move as well. So yeah, this is great. Now we have access to the AppState within our application. So let's go back to maybe the pizza service. And here we can say, hey, actually, when I will call get pizza, I want to have access to the state and returns the list of pizza contained in the vector. So what we can do is we can say data is web data. Once again, we use the same API. And we know that it's an AppState struct that we defined. Make sure you import web. And cool. Now, maybe what we can do is, instead of returning dummy payloads, we need to return the JSON representation of the data. So data dot. We don't have any accessor for this data. So let's go back to AppState. So here we are going to create a new function for our AppState to return the list of pizza. So what is really important is to pass self as the first parameter for this function. So if we do pizza function get list pizza, we need to specify self as the first parameter. By doing so, it means that now we can call AppState.getListPizza. We know that the first parameter is self. Obviously, there is no self parameter within the constructor because there is no object yet because we are creating it. So getPizza will return vector of pizza. And actually, we're just going to return the reference to it because we are not going to mutate anything. We're just going to print the list of pizza. And now we can do self.pizza. So yeah, that's it. Now we have our function to retrieve the list of pizza. So now we can do data.getListPizza, and that's it. Let's have a look at the error. It means the error means that we need to be able to serialize our pizza to get the JSON representation. Remember, we covered that over the past few days. So let's go ahead and go to pizza and add the serializable instruction. So now we know how to serialize into JSON our pizza. So it's also applicable to a vector of pizza, which will be an array of pizza. So let's go ahead and try to test it. Maybe we can just skip the authorization to get rid of the token for now. So let's comment the authentication part here so we can run it easier in an easier fashion. So let's cargo run. And if we do here localhost 87 pizza, now we have an array of JSON. Obviously, it's empty, but tomorrow we will see how to actually post a new pizza, and then we will be able to retrieve it here. So stick with me and see you tomorrow for day 16. Have a good day.